last 11 plus years. How I did it, how I managed to accomplish to do that, to do such a thing. And it's really like not that glamorous or impressive as you may imagine. I guess it may appear to some, but like, I guess if you walk a day in my shoes, it's like, yeah, I really like how I got here, wherever here is, because life is a never-ending journey anyway. It's really not that, like, I'm not flying a private jet and driving, what's the newest, nicest car? I don't know, a Lambo, right? Like, it's, exactly, so, I mean, the nicest thing I got for myself probably is a nice shirt, like, that's about it, and even that's not really nice at all or expensive, because I don't pay more than $20 for a shirt. Anyway, so whatever. How did I even manage to work from home that long? Not have to get a job or not have to, find other ways or means of producing income that is not from home. Well, let me tell you how I started so you get a grasp of how I did it within the last decade plus. So basically, I started on YouTube, right? And I was still in high school at that time, so I had a separate channel. This one was like a very old channel. It was like Tony something, and I was talking about popular music videos, and back then the algorithm, if you talk about like a popular video, you're gonna get seen because your video is gonna show up next to that video. So I milked it for all it's worth, and basically we became like sort of like a review / reply boy, right? And I originally started, as they say, hell is paved with good intentions. I originally started with good intentions. I wanted to blow up and like everyone else, and make my channel a review channel, like reviewing different music videos, and I even added a little bit of comedy to that channel, so I was being all weird and sassy and funny, but people didn't look at it as funny back then. Only very few people, they didn't take me seriously. I didn't have mad rep like I do on here, so or clout, or whatever you want to call it. So no one knew who that guy was. They were like, this weird kid, this weird Eastern European kid, and he's like, his nose is so big and his teeth are crooked. Like, everyone made fun of me. His eyebrows are so bushy, and he has a big head and a skinny body, and like, I've been like ripped apart to shreds. Like, vultures have ripped me apart, and I think that time of my life was very good for me because it taught me to have tough skin for the trolls now, and to get used to, and now I know why God put me through that. I had to get used to that to prepare me for my ASMR channel. So, but that's what I did. Like, I really wasn't making money at all until I got approved, because back then you had to be approved for a partner, well, and then they made it not, and then they made it so again. So times have changed, haven't they? But that was when I originally got approved for the original partnership. So I'm glad I did it very early on, because well, I won't go into it, but they give you a bit more okay, for doing it that early on. And so and you get more out of it in general. It's like more experience, right? You know how the website works, and it's just, yeah, so it's like you applying for a job before everyone else in that company, and then you have the years of experience, and they give you more for that, obviously. So yeah, so like, you're not gonna give a new beginner apprenticeship the same salary as a master or an advanced artisan, right? So basically that's how that works. And I did eventually get partnered after a certain amount of views. I had to get, it was so ridiculous, I had to get like at least 1 million total views, and back then that was like a huge accomplishment. Like, don't do that. was like, yeah, you're basically an online, okay, maybe not an online celebrity at that point, but people know you or they've heard of you, right? And not many people have had, YouTube accounts and posted videos daily, and I did. I was grinding and hustling. I was posting sometimes several times a day. And, just, yeah, fun content, but, yeah, I really wasn't, like, having an external website that can produce me funds, or, like, there was no such thing as Patreon, or Patreon who, like, yeah, that didn't exist back then. Okay. And back then I wasn't even 18, so like my mama had to collect my check, right? Like, yeah, so it's just so funny. But it's like really laughable, like, how little it was anyway. Like, you couldn't even, it did, like, it wasn't even part-time. Like, I was better off going to work a part-time job than doing videos. So, like, that's how much I was persistent. I was like, I'm gonna make this work. And then I ended up doing the reply videos, and I did that like for 2 summers in a row. No, I did that for like the whole 2010, 2011 winter, and then I did it, I think, and then the summer of 2011, or was it the winter of 2011, 2012? I don't remember, one or the other. Anyway, that's how I met the reply girl, and we became very good friends, and still are to this day. Y'all leave her alone, she's a good person. So, we go way back. Known her for like 12 years now, and she's amazing. She helped me through so much. She actually saved my channel at the time, because there were a lot of trolls and stuff and trying to do bad things to us reply people, and it was like, she was like all over the news with some people as well that were doing these stuffs, and even Vice News called her, Dr. Phil called, like everyone done called her. And at the time I was like, oh, I'm just trying to get my name on a news network, and they never called me. They never, because they were more focused on the reply girls than the reply boys, because it wasn't a thing. I was only like one of 5 guys doing this. I guess everyone thought they were too cool to do it, but anyway, like I said, originally started with good intentions. It turned into something not so good, and yeah, could have damaged my reputation for life, but thankfully not too many people knew. But I did have a conflict with PewDiePie and Twitter. That was hilarious, but it's forgiven. That was back when he only had like 1 million subscribers. So when he first tweeted about me, that's how I started, getting more and more. Like, as soon as he tweeted, I swear, like, one of my videos went to like 25 to 50,000 views over while I was asleep. I woke up to so much hate mail, like, yeah, it was crazy. And, obviously that's all forgiven now, because I'm like not even the same person anymore, but I was just a young teenager, and, that was my way of getting my name out there, right? And I was like, okay, like, nothing I'm doing is working. Let me do this so that I can finally get some traffic. Gosh darn it. Like, and it started finally work, the numbers started to go up. I think in 2 months, I had like 1 million views. Yeah. So, 1 million more on top of the 1 million already accumulated. So I was like, yes, it's working. And then I started like making other videos on top of that, other content. And then eventually I got up to 10 million views on that channel. And then I decided this isn't working anymore. I decided to quit and do something else. One of my videos went viral. The whole school found out. I was so embarrassed. And everyone's like, oh yeah, big shot now, huh? Like, he thinks he's better than ever. And like, people just even start hating me in school. And I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. But thankfully, the school year was almost over. I was a junior in high school. And so I could let like the drama die down over the summer. And so that summer, I think I ended up doing more with my channel. And then it just sort of like, I just let it go, and I was like, I have to do something else. At the same time, I was working with my father. We were, he was just doing home remodeling, and so I was, collecting checks there too, like $100 a day at the time was a lot for, a 16-year-old who doesn't know anything, have any skills whatsoever, So, sometimes you would install furniture, sometimes you would, help hold person on walls, painting, I love. Yeah, like I always wanted to get back to that. I always said to myself, like, if things didn't work out, if things didn't take off, if this YouTube thing doesn't work out, anytime, even to this day, I'm like, I would love to pick up that paintbrush and roller, and yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of work out there waiting for someone who is passionate about it. I love painting walls. Like, oh my god, I painted this bedroom. So much fun. I had too much fun. Like, I love it so much. It's truly, truly one of my passions. Like, yeah, you wouldn't think that if you look at me, but yeah, I love it so much. I do miss it sometimes, even installing furniture for like rich people. I was like, oh my god, I loved it. It was such easy money. Like, you can make like $200-300 in a day just doing that. It's just so easy, and you only spend like a few hours. It's not even a whole day. So yeah, hey, maybe someday I'll have my own business, right, doing that. But yeah, it brings back a lot of memories. So I was doing that at the same time, and then that money helped fund my channel, and sometimes it paid off, like my videos get promoted, you know. So I was spending like all my money, like every check I get, I spend it on clothes for videos, maybe props I needed and stuff like that. Again, all stuff preparing me for this channel. And then I finally, it didn't work out. Like the whole total algorithm changed, and I was like, F man, like what am I gonna do now? I was in panic mode. I had so much anxiety. I even applied for a job at KFC. I was panicking. I was like, this money's running dry. I don't want to work with my father anymore. Like, let me do something on my own. I was so like eager to move out. Like, I was like so desperate and eager. But I didn't realize how young I was. Like, I should have just like, I wish, looking back, I enjoyed that time of my life more, and then I calmed down and relaxed more, because I've been working since I was 14, man. Like, I never had really much time to enjoy the early years, and I wish I did, without feeling so much anxiety or pressure. And there's many reasons I did, and there's many reasons why I wanted to, you know, get out, avoid, escape. And I find that pattern to this day. It's like, if we want to talk like we're in a therapy session, I do find I sometimes tend to drown myself in work to avoid my problem. So I recognize it today, so I don't do it much anymore, but I did for such a long time, and I didn't know like why I spent all my teens and 20s doing that. And then it was so beneficial to find out finally why. And anyway, like I said, this video is about how I did it. So you want to know how I did it, maybe this can help you on your journey to doing it too, okay? So I'm here to tell you it's not glamorous. It wasn't for me, at least. Nothing ever came easy for me. So I was so stressed, and then I look up like relaxation video, and then I find Amal from the YouTube channel Amal ZD. We all know who that fabulous queen is. That pretty girl. And her makeup video with the makeup brush and the thumbnail, I was like, yeah, this is it. Like, I just knew. I saw her face, I'm like, I know. Like, you have that feeling. You're like, I know. It was so weird. I was just like, I know. Like, why am I saying that? I just knew. Like, this is it. So I clicked the video and like knocked the F out. Like, knocked out. Like, literally I woke up with my forehead slammed on the computer. Yeah, like knocked out. I watched her for, I think I studied her, analyzed her, researched about her for like 2 months. I was obsessed with this girl, like her biggest fan for 2 straight solid months. And like, I want to know how she does it, what she did, how she exercises, how does she have like 10,000 subscribers or whatever. I don't remember, I'm just making up a number, you know. And then I found Gentle Whispering, and then I researched her, analyzed her, studied her, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I got this. I know how it works. I know what ASMR is. Saw a few others, a Swedish one, a couple males, but at the time I was more into women ASMR artists. Now I'm more into male ASMR artists. It's weird, like, but women still trigger me, but I don't really watch them as much. I don't know why, but anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. I just had a spicy calzone sausage burrito sandwich thingy. Oh, it's hitting me. I'm having some pop at the same time. gotta pull the pop out when I do these story times. I just gotta, okay? I'm trying to help my poopsies out. So, anyway. So, with that said, I started ASMR, and all my subscribers and traffic I channeled to that new channel. So it gave me a bit of a boost, a bit of a head start, because my viewers from that channel, the ones who were left at least and who didn't hate me, now found out about my new channel. And I started that, and it was very slow at the beginning, and then over time, gradually, exponentially, the traffic shot up, okay? And it started working for me. And before I knew it, I was able to make enough. That was like a part-time job. That lasted a long time. Then I was finally able to make enough for a full-time job. Then I was finally able to make enough for a very good paying full-time job. And that's how things happened. And then I moved out. So, but there was a crash. You guys remember when the YouTube apocalypse happened in March, April 2017? So I had to ask for help, and I made this video that was probably the most embarrassing, humbling video ever, and the one and only first time I dared to ask for financial help. And I opened a Patreon, and I got so much help on there. It was crazy, and I was super thankful for that, and that helped me until the apocalypse calmed down, and then things got better. And so that's what I did, and that was a lesson in don't just rely on one thing. Don't put your eggs in one basket. So again, I had to go through that. God was showing me, like, hey dude, you need to start doing something else. Like, it was too easy, like I had a very, very nice life. Didn't work much at all, okay? Like, what? I was maybe posting 2 videos a week, 3 max. So, yeah, that didn't last long. And it was like, I was even bored most days, because, like, it just came too easy, and I'm like, wait, this is not why I signed up. Like, I did all this work for it to be now too easy. It didn't even make sense to me. I'm like, I don't feel totally satisfied and fulfilled. I feel like I need to put more work into this channel, It's just like, it's funny, because I thought at the time, like, if I ever had it too easy, it would be satisfying, but really it wasn't. It was like, I'm not really satisfied either. Even then, I'm a hard worker. I'm I like to think, at least, hopefully, at least some level of creativity, a creative person, and I wanted to express that on this platform. And I don't care about followers, at that point I was like, hundreds of thousands, I don't care, like, tens of millions of views. I, like, even, like, exceeded beyond expectation or belief what I thought I could have even accomplished. So I started to post 5 times a week, and then I started to post daily, and then it still, I feel like, wasn't enough for me and the lifestyle I wanted, right? I wanted a more comfortable one where I wouldn't have to worry anymore. And so I was like, okay, yeah, I need to do more, even more. And I kept stepping up. And then I did the website. And yeah, that's why I'm doing all this stuff now, especially nowadays. Now we gotta deal with inflation, right? Like, it's like, the more you evolve, the more you gotta step it up. Even as a business, the longer you want to last, you gotta continue to climb. You gotta continue to step it up your game. Work harder, play smarter as well, okay? It's not all about hard work, especially if you're not the type of person that likes to work hard like I do. Then you're really screwed, right? Then you gotta think smarter, okay? So, but in my own way, this was like the best and smartest way I could possibly do it without overexerting myself, without running myself too thin and dry, without having to work all the time, because I don't now. I just work literally like 3 days a week, right? So it almost feels like I'm back to where I once was, but I still do, like, every day, obviously, my bookings, but that to me doesn't feel like work, because I enjoy it so much. But realistically, you're so pooped, you're like, yeah, this was pretty much a work day. But it's okay. I'm grateful anyway. Like, obviously, you know, we should be grateful. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. And just how bad everything's gotten in this world, like, what matters to me is that I can keep going regardless, right? And I never saw myself doing this. I never expected to do it. You know, I never expected to open my own website. I never expected to do like tarot readings and Reiki healing and all that stuff. You know, back then, if you told me I would do that, I'd probably think you're talking a bunch of nonsense, and I would probably have been too prideful anyway, and said like, no, I'll never work that, or I'll never do that, or that's too much work. But here we are. I made it. I did it, and still doing it. And no, it's not too much work, Tony. Okay, past self, Tony. You're gonna do what it takes to pay your bills and live a comfortable lifestyle. Okay, like I'm not too proud or ashamed anymore. And it's not worth it to do something if it's too easy and it doesn't give you happiness and peace. How could I forget? Back then I did Uka Chunga jewelry. Me and my old friend sold that line of jewelry with the dino poop and the what have you not. And that's done and over, you know. That was on Etsy. What other crazy projects have I come up with, right? I've changed up my game and did so many different things that others didn't even dare to do at the time. I'm like, you know, I like to be innovative and push the boundary, you know, and doing things that are controversial, like reply videos, like dinosaur poop, like, even the hate I got for being one of the first to open Patreon as an ASMR artist. Girl, I opened Patreon like even 3 years before I officially opened Patreon, and I closed that account, like, because I realized at the time it wasn't really hot and poppin'. No one was doing it. No one was a success doing it anyway. And then I decided to open it again. So, like, you know, I like that feeling of looking back and saying, been there, done that, before anyone else could do it. Even opening this channel, you know, being one of the first to do ASMR and really make it work, right? And lead the way for others to follow along after. It's a very satisfying feeling, and that's why I did what I did. And yeah. Then I started doing ASMR albums. You know, I was offered one day in an email to do that, and I'm glad I accepted that. I did MONQ for a while. That stopped. I was affiliate with them for a while, you know. What else? I don't even remember, you guys, but I'm just telling you this so that you know how I did it for this long, right? I just, like, if something stops working, you gotta have that, again, that mindset of, okay, I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna do something else. I have to find a way out. I have to make this work. Like, you have no option. You have no choice. You're going to. I could have quit, found a job, said this isn't working anymore, like a lot of YouTubers did in 2017. I still had a feeling. I was like, nope, I'm not done. This is had worked this long for a reason. I'm gonna go another 5 years, and here we are. This has to work. Like, you have no other option in your mind. Like, yeah, when you are so stubborn, you find a way. Universe will show you a way. So if you're planning to open your own business, you know, think like this. It's like almost like a child. Like, you protect that child no matter what you do. Anything in your strength and power as a father, mother, to get there. But I have to emphasize this: do not ever sell yourself. Don't sell your soul for a job. It's not worth it. Okay, it only has to vibe with you. That's when it's worth it. Not feel like you're selling yourself, but you love it and enjoy it truly. That'll work for you. I even did sponsors for a long time. Even one of the first to do sponsors in ASMR video. No one dared to do it. People were too ashamed, too proud, I guess. Well, I wasn't too proud to be collecting $1,000, $2,000 checks. Let me tell you that right now, okay? So while everyone else was complaining and whining, I was collecting, like, okay, can I be honest? Okay, so yeah, I'm not too proud, okay? Heck, I'm even doing OnlyFans now, right? Like, I mean, I'm not too proud. I'm not, like, if it means I can sleep in that bed right then and there, that very nice big king bed, peacefully, I'ma work my BUTT off until it falls off. That to me is satisfying. Collaborations with ASM artists boosted my page, right? News media articles. I stopped doing that. Again, I stopped what didn't work, what wasn't making me happy. Did that for a while. Got a lot of traffic attention from media. Actually, I think media helped a lot build this page. It did, okay? Sometimes I think if I continued doing media to this day, I probably would have maybe had 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 subscribers by now. But why bother? You know, like if it doesn't make you happy, like I would have just like wanted to leave the earth anyway. So why bother, right? Yeah, again, just it was trial and error. Everything was a beta test. This whole page is a beta test, like trial and error. Do this, that stops working. Try this, change this. I was doing hypnotherapy for a while. Stop that as well, right? Like, just figuring out a way to find a system that works or doesn't work. Okay. So a lot has changed on this page, and you know, people come and go. They stuck around. They didn't. They came back again. Some people, you know. So that's that. When you have like a store, of course you're gonna get the same customers, and then eventually someone will not come anymore, and then they'll come years later and pop in, right? Or they'll move, and you know, whatever. They'll forget about you, then they'll come back, right? So I'm still hopeful that, you know, a lot of people didn't forget about me, or you know, a lot of people even like forgot their account and forgot my name, and they come back eventually, okay? So yeah, you just gotta keep going and keep doing it, and hoping things work in your favor. And most of it's God, most of it's against our control anyway, right? So I think I emphasized that enough. That is how I pretty much did what I did. Sometimes bringing random friends or family on videos, you know, coming up with my own ideas. Role plays definitely helped. Keep people engaged and coming back, and yeah, that's that. Lately I know I've been talking a lot about what I've been doing, or you know, like myself or other projects. It just felt like the right time too. I don't know why, but I never got to say it or address it, so I felt like I'm never gonna be able to speak my truth. It's just a weird feeling, like I have to do it now before it's too late. I don't know why I keep having that feeling lately, like before it's too late, before it's too late. Like I have to do everything now before it's too late. I just have that weird sense of urgency. So yeah, I always wanted to talk about this, and I wouldn't have dared talk about this kind of stuff before, because I don't know, again, like maybe I was too proud, or maybe it just didn't feel right, or I didn't have enough experience to even be qualified to talk about this stuff. But yeah, I guess in a sense I'm a self-employed entrepreneur, business owner, whatever, for over 11 years now. So hey, that in itself is a reward and a blessing to me. It's satisfying, it's fulfilling, it's almost most of my life. So yeah, I hope this helped. I hope this helps you on your journey, and I didn't forget anything. That's how I did it. That's how I've been doing it. That's pretty much it. Everything's always revolved around this site at the end of the day. And yeah, what can I say, you guys? Again, my website, TonyBomboni.com. Doing more on there than I am on here. Go check it out. Great way to help support me